Welcome back to another episode of Jordan Locker TV. For those who are new to the channel, please turn on post notifications. Enjoy the video. Once upon a time in Hollywood. With my guy, Wolf. Just my first question to you is what is your advice to the younger generation coming up?
Is same thing I talked to you about your brothers. First, find somebody that's doing something you want to do, put a target on their back, catch up. And then when you do that, never assume you're fucking too great. Find the next person, put a target on their back, and catch up. Right? Watch your circle. You cannot soar with the eagles while hanging out with fucking chickens. You can't do both. Those things don't mix. So if you want to be around people, you're going to be the average of the company you keep. So look at your circle and what's the average? If the average dude, if you were to think your best guy in your circle is going to end up making $70,000 a year, and that's not your goal, you already have a fucked up circle. So make sure you expand your circle, network, and watch and figure out who your circle is, because you will be the average of the company you keep. That's my advice for that.
Yeah, no, I like that. And also just to touch up, what was your challenges coming up? Like when you're figuring things out, what do I got to do next to get to the next step from point A to point B? And not most cats would do nowadays, they would try to jump from point A where they'll start like, I want to get to Z, but you can't do that overnight. So I'll say, like, what was the challenges you had to face?
One, I had to learn how to fall in love with boredom. So, and what I mean by fall in love with boredom is the shit that's not fun, right? Everybody wants the proceeds, but nobody wants the process. We love Steve Jobs now, but did you love him when he was in the process of figuring out the fucking iPhone? Right? We always love the completed item. Everybody wants to jump to that, but you got to go through the process. I'm mentally figuring out somebody during the game. In school, I'm figuring out why that kid sat in the front, why I'm sitting in the back. Not just did he, why. That's the boring shit. Most people try to avoid the boring shit, and like you said, jump to the end of the fucking rainbow. And the problem is there are a few people out there that everybody knows that were able to do it, and so you think it's just doable. Some people are fucking anomalies. There's no real thing is self-made. There's always help. There's always something. If you keep trying to be an anomaly, you're fucked. Work, fail. Stop trying to run away from fucking failure. You're going to fail. Failure and success are two sides of the same coin. They're a duality. So you can't try to avoid failure to be successful. When a guy's called a genius, let's say at making an engine, is he a genius or is he a guy who just failed way more times than you did at making an engine? If I fail 1,000 times at making a chair, when I finally make a really good chair, yeah, I'm better than you at making a chair, but you're going to call me a great chair maker. I look at it as I just figured out 1,000 ways how not to make a chair. Yeah. You haven't gone through your 1,000 ways of how not to do something, but you want to also be an expert at something. You're fucking lying to yourself, and people like you should fucking buy a toaster and go take a fucking bath, because you're just a waste. You're a waste. People like you, Thanos will snap the fuck away in a second. People like you are why Thanos is a good guy in the movie, because you're not doing things the right way, but you're probably out there pretending that you are, and
trying to ruin your way.
Yeah, you're trying to bullshit.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if life is a dark forest, there's somebody in front of you that has a flashlight and a map. Why the fuck wouldn't you listen? As long as you're in a lane and not getting off the side of the freeway, as long as your car's not, on fire on the side of the freeway, as long as you don't get off the exit, who gives a fuck what lane you're in? Some people are in the fast lane. Some people are in the express lane. They're going to go faster than you. Some people are in the fucking slow lane. But if I didn't give you a timetable to get to your destination, it doesn't matter. As long as you stay on the fucking freeway, you'll get there. And then life gives you an obstacle, reroute. Be like Google Maps, reroute. Google Maps will never fucking tell you. Your Siri Maps will never tell you, oh, there's shit on the road, go home. It'll just reroute you. If you forget about your maps and put it in your fucking pocket, you know what it's going to do? An hour later, it's going to say, make a U-turn, because it's still ready to fucking go. You quit. Right? The fucking machine that didn't have fucking feelings to hurt kept going, and you, because it wasn't easy, quit. If it's not easy, just do it hard.
Yeah, talk about find someone who's better than you and copy them. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of people don't want to do that. And with me playing in the SEC as a linebacker, you gotta be smart, away from the physicality, because everyone's physical, but you gotta expand your learning process. You gotta learn from others, take more notes and stuff like that. And the guy who I looked up to in my recruiting process, first linebacker to get picked was Andrew Cooper. It's the same thing. I'm trying to take, get stuff and put it in my toolbox and create and make it into my own. Last question: would you have done anything different
I wouldn't change anything from the moment my son was born. The only thing I would change about myself is I'm a procrastinator. I procrastinate way too much in my fucking life, and it's one of the worst things you can do, right? And that's why I'm trying to change myself. Why my podcast is called Idle Time, right? On the mission, your worst enemy is idle time. So if I'm on a mission, I cannot idle, I cannot procrastinate. So I would change that about myself, is just get it fucking done, right? You're going to college, you're about to go off and do your thing. A lot of people, if they had the chance to spend with time more family a little bit longer, they would, but it's like you're forced to, right? 2 weeks and you got to be out or else. So life is forcing you. I needed that too. I needed life to force my hand, because when it didn't, I would procrastinate my way out of shit. And honestly, it cost me a lot of money. It cost me a lot of success. It cost me a lot of things, but I like where I'm at right now. So fuck it. I guess all of it was supposed to happen. It's God's plan, and his plan is way bigger than my fucking plan. My plan, it doesn't matter. My plan is his plan. And so I just had to follow the path. So I wouldn't change anything, because God put me where I'm at right now. And whatever is next, good or bad, it's part of the journey. God don't give you nothing you can't handle, right? Toughest battles go to the strongest soldiers always. So you just got to realize that this too shall pass. So why change anything if it was going to pass regardless? Why change anything? Whatever you're going through good, this too shall pass. You're going through something bad, this too shall pass. Just be grateful enough to live in the moment, and be humble enough to accept the moment when the moment isn't going in your favor. That's my long answer for that.
Yeah, respect to that. And, just going back to it, I feel like God has a plan. God does have a plan for everyone over here, and I feel like the biggest thing that God bless each and every one of us with is the power of free will. The biggest thing is procrastination is the assassination to all destination in all aspects, whether you're in sports, business, whatever it is, it all goes back to it. So just thank you, bro. I learned a lot from you, from the podcast, from now, just talking with you. So
God has a plan for you too, man, and you're definitely living in it.
Sure,
and
appreciate that.
You're taking it, and your whole family dynamic, that's not an accident. You guys, it's not an accident. It's not a coincidence that you guys are a very God-fearing family, and you guys are in shape to do what you guys are doing for other people and your circle. Those two things didn't accidentally happen. Those things are meant to happen because you guys followed the word. You followed your proverbs. You followed what you believe in your heart. You followed your faith. There's 1,000 different religions out there, and it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. Nobody's right or wrong. It's your personal faith and following it, and you guys follow your shit as best you can. And nobody's ever perfect. And I think while your life is turning out the best it could be, it's because you guys are all on the right path. And I strive to be like your family one day. I want my son to be like you one day. And hopefully one day you're the old head sitting here getting him some fucking knowledge, and him hitting you and be like, being a smart ass, and you having to check him, because he'll be big, but he won't be as big as y'all Samoans. So, that means he's going to have to humble himself a little bit, right? Just remind him there's like 20 of y'all, and even his dad can help with 20 of y'all. So just make sure y'all be as great as y'all can be, so y'all can help the next generation and my personal family too. I fuck with y'all.
Appreciate that, man. Well, y'all heard it, man. It's the Wolf himself. Well, for all my subscribers, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Jordan Lockhart TV. Make sure y'all tune in to my guy, Idle Time, the Wolf. Just tap in, man. Idle Time. And that's today's episode.
Let's go. Shout out to the young female.